So the question was raised earlier, can we ever truly log off? Are we just permanently online? The answer to that is that we literally dream about being online, so you tell me.
The answer is, of course, yes. We are always online.
We are so online it hurts. I do like these scenes though. Well, I'm sure that's not relevant to anything. This is all totally normal. Like, literally what happened to me, we just logged off, and then I had a dream, and then we logged back in again. That's weird, right? Oh, never mind. Looks like we're not the only one who's too online.
Well, she saw that we were online for like 3 seconds and was instantly like, bam, hit that button, make the call.
We all know someone. So right, keeping a tradition would imply that it currently already is a tradition, rather than just one thing that you did one time without asking. But, I'll permit it.
Once again, we all know that one person.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a whole menu for doing party stuff, and it works more or less exactly as you'd expect. Another one of this game's 3 million extremely snappy tutorials. Also, as well as just adding people to your party, you can just call them and have a chat, such as it is. They have something to say. Anyway, the realism score in this game is not high. And no, this is not Metal Gear, so there's only, like, you don't have enormous conversation chains. Although there's stuff, and I'm gonna try and show a bit of it, and I'm probably gonna miss a lot of it, but I don't think it's really ultimately gonna matter very much. Anyway, here's how easy it is to make a party. You just do it. That's it, that's literally it. She's now here. I hope she wasn't doing anything important.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, we definitely just dragged her from like halfway up the mountain back down to the base.
It's fine. It's totally fine. By the way, I don't think I'm ever going to get around to showing it, but there's also a little menu in here for just altering party member behavior. Like, you can make them more or less aggressive, or make them use more or less skills. And the correct strategy for that is to just always leave it on default settings forever. Here's some player names.
Was that one named Shrek?
Yes. Yes, they were. Anyway, this is going to be the last time I'm going to make a point of showing these. So, this lady just wants us to buy something for her. That's it, that's the quest. We could have just bought one already and just have it and just give it to her straight away. It does kind of raise the question of why we can't do this. I mean, I guess we can't talk, so maybe that's why. But in theory, players can just give each other quests, apparently. So yeah, that's it. That's the quest. Any questions? Oh, good.
She doesn't even, like, go anywhere or do anything.
She teleported somewhere. Presumably not to a town. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of other traders here. Some of them will will give you the same food items you could have got before, some of them give you some new items. The point is, they mostly all take stuff that's specific to Bergen Trail. So you can be pretty sure you're not using your Autumn's Rise items here. That's nice. Well, I smell the secret boss battle, do you?
I don't know. How scary could a rabbit really be?
I mean, how lazy a reference do you want to make? It's entirely your call.
I think you know the answer to that deep in your heart.
Yeah. Anyway, against all appearances, this quest is just about us going to talk to people about stuff. And she wants us to go and talk to her friends rather than use direct link, but then she has to use direct link to warn them that we're coming, but she also knows that we can't talk. So what? I don't understand. I do not understand. By the way, there are other things that are indicated as little examine icons. Some of them are actually funny.
Very, very matter of fact on that one.
Yeah. Also, the traders all have names. I'm not sure if the traders are supposed to, if we're supposed to believe that they're players. I don't think we are. I think they're just incidentally named NPCs.
I don't know, I kind of like that, we have the trader there that's like, Lord of Darkness. And then this guy we're supposed to talk to is, that's Jeff.
Yeah. Good times. So, are you gonna... You're just gonna have to direct link all of this back to Jean. Which makes the point of us... What, exactly? I don't understand this quest. Speaking of not understanding...
I'm pretty sure Leia at this point is just nodding, be like, yeah, sure, whatever you just said.
Absolutely. That is absolutely what is happening. See, look. Like, you joked, but I'm not joking, that is literally what's going on here. Who says we can't do physical comedy with sprites? But seriously, you told them not to DL you, but what the fuck did you think was going to happen when you sent us as a messenger, and you know that we can't speak? I don't understand this quest. Oh well. At least she actually has initiative.
I mean, initiative is maybe not the word I would use.
I mean, there's stuff that needs doing, and she's gonna do some of it.
I mean, yes, but also she's gonna do the part of it that doesn't involve having to, like, actually go out onto the trail and fight rabbits.
I mean, technically we have to fight snowmen.
Details.
I don't think we know that Carossos are snowmen yet, so I guess I just spoiled that, but who cares? Also, like, you might be remembering that in a previous video we were exploring and we found an item called Master Ball, and you might be thinking that, oh, that's obviously the capture device. You're actually surprisingly close to being right, but you're also completely wrong. The Master Ball is not the capture device.
Probably should have been, all things considered.
Probably. I mean, for both the obvious reason and for another reason that we'll see, but, you know, we'll get to that. You know, for the time being, the rabbits are the only new enemy here, and they're not really very interesting. They're not really any more threatening than the airchags, but they can do a couple of weird attacks where they jump and bounce around a lot, and they can get you. They can get you. Anyway, do you like passing height differentials? Oh, you don't? Well,
Bergen Trail has...
Yes, it has.
some problems, we're gonna say, with height differentials.
I mean, just look at the cliffs off to the left here. Look at those, and then look in your heart and tell me what we're going to be seeing over the next couple of screens. Anyway, here's Henry again. He's gonna give us the exact same 4 quests as last time. The only real difference is that the probe is somewhere we're not gonna be able to reach for quite a while. So we won't be turning this one in just yet. Anyway, I'm cutting out a lot of randomly jumping around looking for stuff because this is the point in the game at which the exploration starts becoming a bit more of a consideration. You just start seeing things just up on ledges and you're like, can I get that? Can we figure out how to get that? Is that even gettable from this screen?
Sometimes it is.
I mean, we see a plant and I'm like, can we get that with a trick shot from here? What about with a trick shot from there? And it's just the CrossCode experience. Like, look at this. Look at this. Humans can't pass this stuff. It hurts. It hurts me. Also, it's surprisingly difficult sometimes to spot the cliffs that you can just jump up. But yeah, that is the basic height elevation. 1 elevation you can jump. That's the rules. That's how it works, and you had better get used to figuring that out. Otherwise,
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time with this area. I mean, and the game in general, but specifically this area is just absolutely fucking lousy.
And, you know, I must shoot the rare plants. I must. Here's a new enemy. It's mostly going to be fighting us with projectiles, like it likes to hang back and shoot things at us. And like the turret, it's got the one that you need to block and the one that you need to dodge. And you can stun them if you hit them right after they fire a big attack, but they don't have very much health, so not really a huge thing.
So Emily was very, very matter-of-fact about the whole thing. Just, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a flying seahorse. Great.
Nah, she's learned to embrace the video game-ness of this. Like, what do you say to this stuff? Other than d'accord. Whatever. Anyway, goats are like reverse cows, pretty much. That's a sentence that makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In that they're armoured at the back, and they like to do projectile attacks. And they also have a thing that you can do to stun them, but that actually gets a little bit involved, and we'll see it a bit better later. The goats here are the obligatory thing that we get a whole chain of conversations about. And why not? It's like she says, goats are funny. They're just funny, right? We agree on this. Also, there's cows here as well, just, you know. Why wouldn't there be cows here?
I mean, you can't have one without the other. Cows and goats are just eternally linked together.
And we have, we've done our training, we've got our equipment. We can, like, we are pretty evenly matched here, but it's entirely possible not to be. Like, this area can be kind of rude if you're not massively prepared. Like, we got acknowledged by Apollo as being overleveled, so that's one thing, but Anyway, it's finally time to get this fucking node. I put it off for so long, but here we are. I never thought we'd be here, but I'd just like to thank all my friends who believed in me.
I mean, 9 videos, I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting a lot longer for you to actually get that.
Yeah. It turns out there's only so many better ideas than that I can have at one point. And we're going to be seeing circuit paralysis eventually, because this game, the options, they start to pile up eventually. But no. So yeah, now we've gotten a decent amount of long-term survivability in basically every possible encounter. I think 50% is the quoted figure for 1 minute, so with that we will fully heal ourselves every 2 minutes. And I want to say you can get the plant murdering quest from Tala Tulips here as well if you didn't get it in Autumn's Rise, although I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me.
That sounds right.
I mean, it sounds like decent, conscientious game design. That's what it sounds like.
Now, I have played a lot of JRPGs in my time, and I can tell you that that is not a thing that you typically associate with JRPGs.
I mean, that's true. But this is a modern JRPG, designed by people who've played a lot of JRPGs. I honestly kind of wonder how obsessively the people who made JRPGs in, like, you know, the 90s and early 2000s actually played them. Like, I presume you don't get into that business without liking video games a lot, but like, I gotta wonder, right? If only because it's the only thing that allows me to have any kind of a coherent idea of how some of these people could have lived with themselves, with the things that they designed. Not talking about anyone in particular, of course.
I mean, you can fill in the blanks yourself. There's a lot of old JRPGs that could slot in there pretty cleanly.
Anyway, penguins. Penguins are actually, like, surprisingly gimmicky. Like, they've got a bunch of attacks. They can throw snowballs at you, but also if you knock them into the water, they will do that stomach slide charge at you. And that can hit you pretty hard, and I think it can break your shield as well, so that's fun. So be careful when knocking penguins into the water. It's fun.
I see that the penguins have also played Mario Sunshine.
Also, you might notice I've switched our long-range tech around, so now we've got the burst of, like, I don't know exactly how many shots it is. We've got a rapid fire rather than a single big bouncy shot. I thought the time seemed right. And it's a free decision, so whatever. There's plenty of stuff to explore around here, but a lot of it is not reachable quite as quickly as you'd think. Which isn't to say there aren't still some jumps that you can do, a good couple of roundabout routes, but we'll be clearing out the rest of these in due course. Also, over to the right there, looks like a real long jump, but it's a long way below us. And if not for the dot alignment trick, you might never actually realise that that's aligned with where we are. So that's pretty cross-worlds. And of course I forgot to shoot the rare plant, so I had to make the whole journey back up here to get that. That's absolutely cross-worlds. What was I gonna do, not get it? So yeah.
Some of these landmarks are pretty, what's the word I'm looking for here?
I don't know.
They're very mundane, all things considered. Like, oh, you made it up the mountain, you found some random guy's house.
I mean, it's notable for being pretty much the only house on the mountain. That's something. Anyway, these goats have a charge-up attack, like the cows when they charge you, except instead of charging at you, they will throw their horns like a boomerang at you, and while the horns are out, you can hit them and you can stun them, and that's nice. But while you're doing that, that boomerang is still bouncing around, it can still hurt you. It makes it one of the very few enemies in this game who can actually, like, seriously hurt you while they're stunned. So it's a weird one. Anyway, the Hermit House is a rest stop. They sell hot drinks at a stupid markup. I don't see the point in buying any of these, which I think is pretty intentional.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, like, diegetically that makes sense, but, like, as a player, it's like, oh,
yeah,
thanks, great, I hate it.
Video games.